Social Security. That's part two.
Do that later. We'll debate that later.
All right, let's get a voice from the House. Texas Congressman August Pfluger is here with me in studio. Congressman, it's great to see you.
Great to see you as well.
Thank you so much for being here. Look, you did your work in the House. You passed this bill before Memorial Day. What are you thinking when you hear your colleagues in the Senate talk like this?
Well, first off, they're right. I mean, they are absolutely right. The
About
fact that the debt and the deficit, this is a huge problem. Many chairmen of the Joint Chiefs in the past 15 to 20 years have said that's the biggest threat. But we threaded a very, very tight needle on this. And getting the bill passed, it's not perfect. I don't think anybody would argue that it is. But I think what the House did was two things. Number one, we got it done on time. And that gives the predictability to the business community that they know they can plan for next year, that they know they can take the biggest tax cuts that President Trump extended and has enhanced and in many cases made permanent and plan for next year. And number two, we are saving over $1.5 trillion, $1.6 trillion. That's the largest amount of savings ever garnered in 250 years of this country. So wow. It's not perfect. Nobody argues for that, but it is an incredible bill, and we need it to be done quickly. That's the most important thing.
Would it fly in the House if the Senate comes back to you and you and your colleagues and says, look, we want to do this in two parts. We're going to do the tax extensions in part one and everything else, defense, raise the debt ceiling, border, et cetera, but we're going to leave the no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, and some other border money for part two. Would it fly with House Republicans?
Well, I certainly won't speak for Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, but no, I don't think so. I think we have one bill. We've been able to, with a very thin majority in the House, cobble together all the different factions. I'm the chairman of the Republican Study Committee, 189 members, conservatives who want to see this bill crafted together. And really, it kind of hangs in the balance on that. So I think that train has left the station. I believe it's going to be one big, beautiful bill, as the president has advocated for many times.
So one big, beautiful bill, but many, many more cuts from the Senate?
Look, if the Senate is able to put some additional cuts in there, a conservative approach, that's great. I think the message is, on the periphery, there are certainly things that they want to refine. We're okay with that. But you have to remember that our majority is very thin, and it rests on some members who I think they've gone as far as they can go. Again, as chairman of the largest conservative caucus in Congress, I would be happy with many more cuts.
Yeah. But what about all these green subsidies from the Inflation Reduction Act? That's what some people are complaining about as well. I mean, you represent the largest capacity in America for oil and gas drilling in the Permian Basin. And we've talked about the incredible opportunity for oil and gas. Why all of these subsidies for other things, these green energy subsidies? Is it because your colleagues complained about job losses? Why are they still in there?
It's a great question. I think many of us tried to get to a point where we had a level playing field, a transparent playing field, where we just, not picking winners and losers. We want energy to work on its own. Of course, representing the Permian Basin, we believe that natural gas, we believe that nuclear and things that are reliable, that have baseload capacity, are the best way to go, and we're going to keep standing up for that.
What do you want to say about the president's energy agenda, the drill, baby, drill, and the permitting easing, which the deregulation part of the agenda cannot be underestimated with permitting easing, right?
He is right. We need to unleash American energy. We need to have energy dominance. And it's important that we get rid of that regulatory posture that Biden tried to kill the industry with. I mean, he tried to use every tool possible in every agency in every way to do that. But we're resilient. The president now understands, President Trump understands, that American energy, producing it here, unleashing our domestic potential, is the foundation for every business in this country, including national security issues.
Any thoughts on the pushback from judges this morning? The headline of the morning is the judges saying that he can't use the emergency law to actually push tariffs through on foreign countries.
Well, we were in an emergency, and he was right to get to the point where he calls Mexico out and China out and other countries out on the fentanyl that they were sending into the country.
That's right.
and other things. So it's a tool, and he's right to use that. And we'll see what the courts end up saying. And I think there's going to be a balance. And as your previous guest kind of mentioned, markets are looking for predictability, and we want to know what the future is. And we want to be able to invest in the things that are happening. But President Trump needed to reorder the economic system around the world.
Yeah, Congressman, it's great to have you this morning.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for being here. Congressman August Pfluger from Texas, today in New York with me. Thank you, sir. Quick break, and then a federal trade court strikes down President Trump's executive tariff power.